We would like to invite our cohort to come on up, and just for a few minutes before they start giving their investor pitches, to tell you a little bit about their experiences with what they've gone through. And to kind of moderate that, I'd like to invite Laura Burkemper up. Laura is actually our lead mentor within Stadia Ventures. As I mentioned before, not only does she have her own company, Catalyst Center, she also is a Billiken Angel Network member, as well as helping to lead the Billiken Angel Network. She is also an individual angel and will be joining the Express Scripts team very soon. And so we will invite Laura on up and kind of bring the cohort. Well, thank you.
Thanks a lot, Tim. I appreciate it. I have the distinct pleasure and honor to bring to the stage our 2015 inaugural Stadia Ventures Cohort. So let's bring them up, shall we? Straight from Madison, Wisconsin, please give a big Badger welcome to CEO of Fishity, Brian Jensen. Next, from Toronto, Canada, let's bring up CEO of Winning Identities, Joe Shushat. Straight out of Brooklyn, New York, please welcome CEO of Leaf Technologies, Aaron Aders. And last but certainly not least, let's bring our own hometown CEO of Rookies, Matt Seaback. So welcome, gentlemen. As Tim previously indicated, Stadia Ventures is a sports business accelerator. And we are helping our with both expertise as well as capital. But instead of us talking about that, let's turn to the cohort and ask them the questions. Brian, let's start with you. Can you tell us about Stadia Ventures' experience specifically? Can you speak to the strategic introductions that Stadia has made for Fishity?
Sure thing. Thank you, Laura. Can you guys hear me okay? It is.
There you go.
Wow. Now you can hear me. So I can project it. Thank you very much. The strategic partnerships that I've gained over the last 3 months, I'll just say this, I've made more progress in the last 3 months with developing relationships than I have in the entire history of my 3-year business. And really that's a credit to Stadia and the connections they brought to the table. Without going into some specific brands, but I can tell you that they've made introductions to 2 of the 3 largest outdoor retailers in the world. So you could probably, start to pick those off. Two of the panelists, we actually have programs in place for 2016 that were just up here that we're going to be working with, and a variety of other ones. And it just wasn't Tim, Art, and Laura. It was all the community. I mean, it was people that were involved, my mentors, to other people that they knew who knew somebody, and it's been remarkable, and I've never been more excited about sort of the business development opportunities that are out there for us right now.
Great, thank you, Brian. Joe, Stadia over the 10 weeks. Can you tell us about your key takeaways and experiences with the guest speakers?
Yeah, for sure. The guest speakers were world class. I think there was a variety coming from many different industries, looking at a Dick's Sporting Goods, which is a huge retailer, to Nick who came in, and Patrick, from an IBM Watson. So it really, it hit on every kind of aspect of sport, from a technology standpoint to a huge retailer, to a stats.com, which is an analytics place. So you really got to see all of the opportunities that were available out there for a company like a Winning Identity or Fishity to have the ability to partner up with and see what's out there. So, just the ability for these companies to come in, the opportunity for us to interact with them one-on-one, where we probably wouldn't have really had the opportunity to kind of interact with these companies any other way, really provided an opportunity for us that was world-class and pretty cool for us to see how they do business and what they do on a day-to-day and how it kind of differs or is similar to what we do.
Very well said. Aaron, can I ask you, entrepreneur has paired with a lead mentor and advisory. Can you tell us about your experience with working with a mentor and advisor?
Yeah, definitely. So that was the real draw for me coming into Stadia. When I started first talking to Art Chu, I was really impressed by the advisors that they had, one being the president, CEO of K2, and I'm a snowboarding guy, so that makes a lot of sense. And coming in, you know, I said, look, I need to talk to these types of guys and do these types of things. And I come from a marketing background, so I need to learn the language of sports. And they said, yeah, you need to do that, but you really need to talk to these guys on sourcing and this other stuff. And I came to find out they were right. And the people that they connected me with, Bob Kirsch, former Nike exec on the sourcing side, Craig Serena, also on the sourcing side for earbuds and others. I mean, it really brought me into the world of retail, the world of sourcing, things that I'd never dealt with, and come to find out that that's really what I needed to learn. And so that was just incredible that they were able to pair me with really what I needed to that 20% that I needed to get to the next level.
Seaback, just to sum it up, can you share your overall experience with us?
Sure. Really broad brush there. Okay. So just speaking holistically about Stadia and being born and raised in St. Louis and just having really the opportunity of seeing where St. Louis is going as an innovation hub. I think there's just a really magical marriage of things going on, and it was reflected for me in the Stadia group the last couple months here, which is there's really burgeoning scene of startups in the community. These are smaller companies that are trying to do big things at a bigger stage. But for St. Louis, you've got a lot of people here that have already done big things. And Stadia really, I thought, surrounded our group with those people. You have people that have worked for Getty Images, Anheuser-Busch, Under Armour, IBM, the Blues, Rams, Cardinals. And these are people that we're interacting with and eating lunch on a day-to-day basis. And I think what's happening in St. Louis, and if you compare St. Louis as an innovation city with the East and West Coast, which happens a lot, I think the unique differentiator here is people just genuinely want to help you, and they want to get your business to the next level. So there's this really kind of symbiotic marriage between the startup community and people that have decades of experience, and those people are coming together, and that's what Stadia has provided us. And just one kind of just personal story. I sat down for my first one-on-one session with Tim, and there's this stigma about the startup world and the hours that we work and the pressure that's put on us. And I'm sitting in my first one-on-one session with Tim, and I've got all these 10 ideas that I want to talk about with him, and revenue numbers, etc. And the first question that he asked me is, how's your work-life balance? And what can we do to surround a team with you that puts you in a better place to succeed in all areas of your life? So my wife's here. I'm sure she would answer a little bit differently than I would, but it just kind of that question is a reflection of the quality of the program and who it's run by and the values and principles that they have. So it's been fantastic.
Couldn't ask for a better recap. Thanks, Matt.